like talk to the stream, but right now I'll do my cold opening. Here we go, guys. Click this, click that. What's up, everybody? My name is Richard Terrell. I go by Kirby Kid, and you are watching DO Live, a daily stream show in which we talk about game design. We start these conversations on our Discord, and then I move them onto the stream to just, talk about whatever I want. And today I'm recapping a lot of the topics that we discussed today on the Discord while playing some Splatoon with some of my friends. So we'll be hopping in and out. Sometimes I'll be playing, sometimes I won't. Pretty casual stream here. I just wanted to bring up a couple of these topics and let you know what you're missing if you're not in the Discord. So what's the first topic? I think the first thing most of these topics are things that I just are thinking about throughout the day, so I go ahead and make a post about it. And the first thing I thought of this morning was it was about damage points. And I said, where is it? Actually, the other day I was like, what would be an interesting way to represent damage? Instead of having hit points to be like, you've done 10,000.2 damage or anything like that, what if all your enemies in the game were base 100 health? And the damage that's displayed is a clean integer based on the percentage of damage that you did. And you can even cap it at where everything can't do less than 1% of damage. So that the most an enemy can take as far as hits is, 100 hits. That was a basic little idea that I had. Make sure Splatoon's not too loud. There we go. So that was just a little idea I had, and it's kind of interesting, right? You usually just want the feedback to help you determine your next move and determine how you're gonna fight. And that was one of the topics. One of the interesting parts, that was pretty intense, but one of the interesting things about considering it that way is, sure, you don't get the crazy big numbers, and usually that's a draw for people who play RPGs, but guess what? I have a lot of problem with RPGs, and that's one of them, so I want to actually make some informed decisions. You got lasered. And I want to know how many shots my moves are doing, and I don't think it makes much sense to have a. Ooh, I'm gonna kill that guy. I don't think it makes much sense to have a move that's not doing at least 1% of damage. Then you might as well just make it be it doesn't do any damage. It's just a lot easier on the mind. We don't need fractions. I'm gonna die. We don't need anything like that. So that kind of rolled into a conversation about representing data, and then one of my go-to examples is always going to be Splatoon now because I love this game. But in Salmon Run, the enemies have painted bodies, right? And the painted body is just oh, you can tell how much damage. You can tell how much damage the enemies have because their whole body's painted. So even though you didn't do any of the attacking yourself, you can just jump into any encounter and be like, that enemy's close to dying. I better help that, player out or whatever. And time to laser you guys, because I don't like you. So that's how Splatoon does it. There's a couple of other games that do it just like that. You can talk about Jump Ultimate Stars or Jump Superstars for the DS, and it makes their characters fade to white, as in they're losing their manga coloring. Got him. And that's kind of a cool way to represent health. So even in the free-for-all mode, you don't have to have fancy HUD because it's just oh, that guy's white. And therefore, he's losing his color. Therefore, you can attack him, blah, blah, blah. I'm being attacked on the side. I can hear it with my headphones. Thank you, teammate. Thank you, teammate. I don't even know who it is. Ah! Oh, thank you, teammate. Thank you, teammate. Oh, wow, I have good teammates, including my friend here. I'm getting off this before that explodes. Oh, 360 turn. Haha. Hey, I didn't die. Let's finish this game. Victory. Victory, Stingray. Okay. So, that was one of the topics. It kind of rolled over into other things. People were talking about all these different games that represent damage different ways. Salamandra Cactus was mentioned, and how the enemies shift from blue to red. I love it. It's basically Splatoon without inking them. The lighted elements on these robot-like enemies do the color changing, therefore everything still looks consistent and cool and whatever, and I love it. Otherwise, bosses in that game have health bars, because sometimes if you have just so much health, you really just need a health bar. No! Tower control! Then we talked a little bit about, you know, I was like, well, let's look for other alternatives. Oh, Clan Blitz. Alright. You and Bleach, can you guys play one? Or do you want to play one?
Yeah.
I'll finish talking about this and I'll just run around an empty stage real quick.
Okay.
So, we talked about, what was it? Health bars. And I wrote an article a long time ago in Critical Gaming. Maybe I'll pull it up for you. Let me see if I can do that. Can't have this entire stream just be only Splatoon, right? Okay, so I'm going to drag over some kind of this, Critical Gaming. I'm going to do this. We're going to keep the desktop region here and do the black audio game on to type. Hey, it's Critical Gaming. Let's zoom in. Okay, let's go to the blog. Let's go to archives and we'll type in LIFEBARS. LIFEBARS are the lifeblood of strategy. So this is something I wrote a long time ago, 2010. Can you really believe it? 8 years ago I was writing this junk. And it says the strategy is a specific plan of action. You really need to know things in order to have strategy. It's not about guessing. You need to actually base that on a lot of consistent, solid, knowable things. The more you inform the player, usually it gets better for the game. And then I was like, well, informing the player of enemy health is pretty important. Blah, blah, blah. You can read the article yourself, but here I talk about some games that do some cool things with life bars. This is a very common thing now. What's cool is it's pure yellow when you haven't taken any damage. It shifts to orange immediately when you've taken any damage, so you know if you're getting a perfect or not. Very clear. And it just shifts to red as it goes along. Pretty obvious, pretty easy to understand. Pikmin does a circle, and the circle is really cool because you can see the rate of damage, and I think that's something that not a lot of people have ever noticed or talked about. But in Pikmin, you can have anywhere from 1 to 100 Pikmin attacking an enemy, right? That's a great amount of variation, also including that the Pikmin's flowers and, you know, growth level determines how strong they are. So that means deciding when to pull your Pikmin back or where to move Olimar, or if you're in danger or whatever, you need to know if this enemy is going to be flinched, knocked down, or otherwise killed. A cool way to represent damage over time is not a number ticking down, like they're just numbers. A cool way is representing like a freaking clock. So this thing dials down, and as it dials down, it shifts from green to whatever. And I think at very specific stages it changes colors, and that's when the enemy's in like orange, it'll shake, and when it's in red, I think it'll be flinched and knocked over. Just little details like that are based on its overall percentage health, and the colors really help signify that. So I thought Pikmin had a really cool health bar. Also, I like the little circle. It's very discreet, very small, can fit in a small space without turning to StarCraft, which I might show you a screenshot later. Here's Pokemon. They do a similar thing with hit points. Here's Advanced Force. They have it segmented down, but Advanced Force also has decimal points, so having a meter within segments is a really good way to do things. Zelda has its segmented life bar, blah, 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 blah. Write articles. Learn for yourself. Think for yourself. What do we have? Discord. So here is... There should be nothing, you know, hidden about this Discord. I can't even zoom in on this Discord because it's not the browser-based one. How pathetic. Well, this is a StarCraft picture that I posted earlier. I'm like, oh, this is just a perfect example of life bars gone amok, right? And you don't have to turn on all the life bars like this, and you could write a script that says don't show the life bars if the enemies have full health, and you could also, you know, fine-tune that if you're a modder or designer or whatever. But in any case, having too many life bars can also be a cluttered element. So I was thinking of organic ways to represent enemy health and how important that is for the kinds of games and situations that informed in situations that I want my players to have. I was just about to turn off the stream for no reason, just clicking buttons like a madman. Let's go back to the game. Hey, desktop region, do that. So that was the topic. If anybody else has anything to add, let me know. It looks like Bleach and Adrian just went on like Mute City. I wanted to hear all their Splatoon callouts. Like, you guys can't do callouts if you go Mute City. Let's see. In the Perfect Dark, so then I was like, oh, let's talk about Perfect Dark. It's one of my favorite games of all time. And in Perfect Dark, when you're playing and shooting the enemies, it has a little red blood spots on their body for where you shot them. So even if you didn't do the shooting yourself, you could come into a situation and be like, that guy has a spot on his arm and on his left leg, like he was shot on his arm and his left leg. Like, pretty self-explanatory. A lot of games nowadays have like the crazy blood spurts and the hit sparks and the fancy lighting effects, but they don't actually permanently mark on the model or persistently or whatever. So it's like, okay, take 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It happens. Beep. I'm out of this recon. Yeah, and then Zara posted here, in Bayonetta, enemies lose armor when taking damage and reveals their pulpy insides. It's kind of a quote from the developer. Doing a developer playthrough and commentary on Bayonetta. I didn't even know this existed, but that sounds cool. I kind of need to watch that later. But I'd rather play Bayonetta first, and I have Bayonetta 2 over there, and I'll probably play Bayonetta on stream, and I'll probably say the word Bayonetta one more time, but essentially, you can look forward to that. I might even do it tomorrow. Doesn't matter. Yeah, and then Get Dizzy, original creator Barbary Ball, and he said that, well, are health bars a problem with scale or perspective in Splatoon? Well, what would be the problem with health bar in a game with the scale or perspective of Splatoon? The StarCraft example I showed you is an extreme case, and I'm going to go ahead and open up a league room in case Adrian and Bleach ever finish.
I'm still at it.
Cool.
About to win.
Good. So then I showed this little StarCraft, you can't see the screenshot, but it's a funny picture of the Marine health bar going from green to red in StarCraft. So it also does the Street Fighter-esque color shift life bar. That's pretty common nowadays. And almost all of them shift from green to red, or at least all of them end with red. Street Fighter starts with yellow, goes orangish, and goes to red. Let's see. Neo RPG, the game I made, the enemies, when they're below 25% health, or maybe it's 20%, they turn red. And it was supposed to be they go into like a berserk state, where they move faster and makes them more deadly, but essentially they just glow red, make annoying sounds. And I said, I'm surprised more games don't do dynamic damage systems like Smash Brothers or Advance Wars. If enemies are low in health, they can suffer a number of drawbacks like doing less damage, having less speed, or even making their AI less smart, or less reactive, or less responsive, or whatever. I thought that'd be kind of funny. Some games only shoot the HP bar off the target if you lock on. Oh, so some games only show the HP bar of the targets that you lock on to. I think that's Breath of the Wild. Some games have an enemy UI panel that changes depending on which enemies you last hit, or... What game was that? It was like, you just last targeted this, and the little stat was just down there. It's not... Is it Kirby? It's not Kirby. Is it a game like Kirby? It's like, oh, you hit a hamster, it has this many hits left, and you're like, oh, you hit another thing, and it just kind of changes your little info bar down there.
I think that might be Kirby.
Wow. Good old Curbster. That's cool. And Zara mentioned Assault Android Cactus. Good one. So yeah, that was mostly where our topic of health bars and stuff kind of rested. I mean, you're welcome to add examples out there if you join us on Discord. If you have something cool to say or a link to drop us, that's also a good way to contribute. Otherwise, we have a lot of lurkers and very few people that talk. But hey, if they're learning something while lurking, I'm not going to use my science vessel to reveal them. I'm just going to let them go and, kill a bunch of Marines or something.
Move on.
Okay, my room's open. So then we kind of shift into a conversation about definitions, and Zara asked 3 questions, actually 4 questions because it's numbered and I can read. But let's get this game started and see how much I can actually do while keeping the conversation going. The first question is, what do you think of Keith Bergen's interactive forums? Toy puzzle contest game. And if you've never heard of Keith Bergen and you don't know what his forums are, there's a really effective video out there where he made it, obviously. Has his definitions and explains everything. Maybe I'll just kind of like play it in the background. Maybe I won't. Let's see what happens. YouTube Keith Bergen interactive forum. But he wrote a book too. So he's pretty serious about this stuff, as he should be. As you should be. I'm gonna click this one. Let's see if it's I think you can hear that, and if I do
Today
it too
I want to
loud,
walk through the taxonomy that I use to identify interactive forms.
we'll just listen to it.
When it comes to creating guidelines for better interactive systems design, the language we currently have isn't always helpful. While there's minor disagreements on this, the most common colloquial definition for game, for instance, is any interactive entertainment software. This causes major problems for those of us who want progress. For example, what are some qualities that make a good goal in a game? The best we can currently say is, it depends. Obviously, the qualities of a good goal for something like Final Fantasy are going to be dramatically different than they would be for something like Guitar Hero, let alone things like Minecraft that don't even have clear prescribed goals. Most people realize that, of course, so instead, genres are the way we tend to typically break things up. The problem with this approach is that video game genres tend to be a single system design with relatively minor iterations. Genres are too specific. Super Mario Bros. Has a lot in common with Banjo-Kazooie, and League of Legends has a lot in common with Dota. So while what makes a good goal in a platforming game is an answerable question, we're not getting much more information out of that answer than if we had asked, what makes a good goal in Super Mario Bros.? This causes problems for those who want to make radically new designs. Within all of interactive systems, there exist a number of forms. These forms are like engines that produce value when engaged with by the player. If we can identify these forms in our design work, we can use form-based criteria to help us design better things.
Bleach, let me know if the stream can even hear Keith.
The toy, or bare interactive system. In these systems, there is no goal. Instead, players play with or explore it and try to find its edges. The primary value of a toy could be called mapping, finding out exactly what happens when you do X or Y or Z. So, good toys have lots of possibility space for you to explore. The second form is the puzzle. Puzzles are a bare interactive system plus an objective or goal. So, place square peg in square hole is a puzzle, and so is a Portal level.
Shit, I'm dead.
The primary value of puzzles is solving, reaching the solution state. Good puzzles are difficult, but solvable. The third form is the contest. Contests are a bare interactive system, plus an objective, plus a session limitation. Contests are basically measuring tools that quantify how well you've memorized something, or how fast you can run, or how many hot dogs you can eat. Good contests shouldn't be solvable, and they should be accurate. Finally, the fourth form is the game. Games are contests that obfuscate the game state. This obfuscation forces players to build and rely on small bits of understanding in order to pursue the goal. This pursuit is expressed through decision-making. A good game has many bits of understanding for players to learn, which we typically call depth. The currently active form determines the fundamental value of the system. Once we know what the fundamental form is, this can serve as a baseline for finding value in a system of that form type. Without this taxonomy, we have to rely on guidelines for what makes a good RTS or what makes a good roguelike. This explains why we've been so reliant on these genre scaffoldings for so long. Knowing about these low-level forms, on the other hand, enables us to start developing guidelines for all kinds of systems, no matter how new and novel they are. Thank you for watching.
So hopefully the stream could hear all that.
Even though these videos are only 3 minutes long, they still take a ton of time and energy and effort to put together. So I'm running a Patreon campaign, and if you would like to...
Hey, I could pause the video without even switching my screen. So hopefully the people could hear that. And if it was too soft, I'll put the link down. Bergen talked about forms, and he talked about contests, and he talked about how each one ramps up. So in general, that level of thorough structuring is pretty solid. Kudos and props. The hard part about developing a language is like which terms do you borrow that already exist, and which ones do you morph, and why do you morph it, right? I feel like you can't really define game as the way Bergen did, because that's what a strategy game is, and that's why we call them strategy games. And we've had the word game and that kind of basic definition of taxonomy for a long time. I'm killing him. Cool.
Kill the brochure.
Oh, come on. The blaster on the left is trying to make a score. Watch out, Adrian. Watch out, my friend. We should be defending. We should be defending. We should be defending. It's 26 seconds. It's 20. You're gonna do a mad jump with this runner.
Got him. Fuck.
No! Defend! Okay, I'm just yelling. Oh my gosh, did we get him? One more! We lost the lead. Come on, guys! I believed in you! That's also why you shouldn't run the clim and not have your support. It's all about teamwork, all the way up and all the way down. So hopefully you guys heard the Bergen's thing. You know, that's basically what I think of it. Works well in a very specific context. A lot of people don't like making language that actually encompasses things they also don't like. So while Keith Bergen focuses entirely on strategy games, he made a language that's basically like strategy games, and I'm like, how about all games? So it's a little different. Also the way he defines like goal and having a condition, a time limit and things like that, clear enough to understand in and of themselves, but they don't quite, again, cover the sort of breadth of engaging experiences or qualities that we like about these games in the first place. So that's why a lot of people that kind of come over from Bergen's camp get all twisted up when they try to apply the definition, because it really is just hyper specific. And I'm like, how about everything else? And then they start saying things like, well, it doesn't have a goal, it's a contest. And you're like, okay, regardless of which definitions you use, there's like 2 or 3 things you always need to be able to do. 1, remember the definition. 2, use that, communicate without the definition by using the basic language that supports it, and that basic language cannot also include that definition or parts of that definition, or the term or parts of the term. And the third thing is, you should be able to, let's see, oh no, I'm playing Splatoon, I just lost a ton of brain power.
Definitions.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the 3 things that mistakes people make. I got killed because I'm just like, no brain power. It's a Google Dooley. They broke our barrier. We are losing. And yeah, you should be able to talk without it, right? But that's kind of what I just said with using things that isn't the language.
We broke their barrier.
Kind of broke their face is what we did. I don't have any clams? You gotta be kidding me!
You went all the way.
I was like running through clams and I had no clams. You must have stolen them, you ninja.
I didn't steal. Who gave me this football?
Ninja. This is a bad jump. Let's see what happens.
Got their
Whew,
football.
almost died.
Trying to get it.
Oh, we beat him to it! We beat him to it! You suck! You suck! Okay, so that's a little bit about definitions, and I think a lot of people are just looking for a community that agrees with them instead of looking for like a true language to use and understand and apply. And a lot of times the language morphs, right? You got to be able to be flexible. You got to be able to recontextualize. You got to be able to be like, okay, in this sphere, in this realm, X, Y, Z, and this is how I'm thinking about it. This is why, you know, I think this. because a lot of people. No, Kaiba. I'm. A lot of people.
Fuck!
Don't have quite the sort of robust and disciplined approach. They're about to slam a jamma into our mamma jamma. Did they slam a jam? Nope.
Nope.
Nope, you
Oh, and
didn't
our
slam
teammates
it.
gotta get a football in there.
Do it.
Let's get her.
Did you die instantly? Because I can't jump into anyone.
Watch it.
Yeah, you died.
I got him. Throw another ball. Let's see if we can get in there in time. Let's go. Oh, fuck.
Go, go, go. Stay in there. Oh!
It's too late. They...
No, get some air. Get some clams right here and keep the pressure
Got him.
going. Chase them. Chase them. That's just as good.
Inkstorm coming over.
I missed.
I need one. Just give me one.
No, I got it.
Okay, good.
I was
1,
flubbing
2,
up.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
I want one.
9.
I just threw one in at the end. Oh, fun. So let's go to the second
patience
question.
Skill.
Yeah, good, nice timing. So then the second question Zara asks is patience a skill? Now this is I think all these questions are good. Don't tell Zara. Just kidding. These are good questions, and each question sort of has its own history, its own baggage, and we're going to contextualize them in different ways. So, oops. Yeah, you guys can see. This one, people have struggled so hard to talk about games since the dawn of time, and I don't even know why I'm using a Clash Blaster. Why am I doing this on Clan Blitz? Why? I don't care. Let's do it. I kind of want to get good at Timbrella. I've seen some people kind of rock me with it, and I'm like, oh, I want to be as good as you, but better. Okay, so this question, people struggle to talk about games. They struggle to talk about the differences between games. They struggle to talk about what they like about games. They struggle to talk about how games affect us and what skills are tested. And in the mass, wild, wild west, big bang, explosion, primordial soup that has been the last 15 years, some people just try the best they can. They say things like, oh, patience. This game needs so much patience, blah, blah, blah. And it's kind of like one of the early lessons that we had to learn in the FGC, the fighting game community, about how to play the game better. Like, it's not just about going in all the time. It's not about going in all the time. So we say, be patient, good patience, good patience. But, patience is a concept. And you can have more of it, you can have less of it. It can be defined or contextualized in different ways, whatever. Like, we all understand what it means. But for our purposes, and what I've done is said, hey, I want to talk about skill, and I want to talk about skill that makes sense in a relevant and relative way to everything else, right? So I made a system to talk about skill that applies to every single thing you can do in life. Not just video games, not just strategy games, not just fighting games, not just the games I like, not just whatever, right? It's every single thing, and it's just a really comprehensive system. I call it the D-card system: dexterity, knowledge, adaptation, reflex, timing. And each of those break down to 6 subfacets, and some of those subfacets break down to subfacets. So it can get as precise as you need it to be. And what's cool is you can start measuring things out for yourself. Whoop! I killed 2 people! Oh no!
How did they get it that fast?
He's a runner. Screw it.
Pressure.
Just steal all the things and let's kill the team.
Alright.
Here they're here.
I threw in the only clam I had.
Cool. We
I
took
got
the
an
lead.
Inkstorm on it.
Oh, cool. Get some more clams in. Oh, shoot. We didn't coordinate. So that's the patience question. I wouldn't put patience on my D-card system because it doesn't make any sense. I don't really care about how you feel about the
runner.
Yeah. I don't care how you feel about the application of the skills. Its underlying fact is, like, did you move a certain way, have a certain amount of timing, understand the information, and process it a certain way, and have that affect your decision making one way or another.
Got him.
Oh, behind us. We're getting pinched. Pretty hard.
I didn't see Boruto's dad.
Boruto's dad. So funny. Let's see if that one person can defend. Good job, my one friend. You are my one true friend. Let's push hard into the base. There's a guy behind me.
Okay. Watch out.
Second.
Shoot! That was so close.
Wow, I can't believe I survived that. It's on stream.
Yeah, left side, Okay, I don't know where he is anymore.
He's circling around like a madman. Just keep throwing bombs. Just keep throwing bombs.
Yeah, just throw bombs, you'll run into one of them on accident.
This is called Bomberman. Let's go, let's go. Put it in.
I got it.
Put it in, put it in.
The guy died, so I got it. Let's go. 2, 3. I got 3 in. Rusher's there.
I died for my bold rashness. Okay, so that's why that question is interesting. It's just better to stop thinking in shorthands and start thinking in a comprehensive system. It's better to be able to count something whenever you're analyzing games or trying to come up with whatever. It's better to have something measurable, observable, concrete, and that's why the D-card system is also very, very powerful. It's also very transferable. Die! So that's why, and it's also why patients can't fit on the list. It's,
Too late. Killed
well, fan out and paint up because they're all dead. The not be
Good, as long
alive.
as the other footballs go. Oh no, there's another runner. He's going for it. Or not. Never mind. They didn't get anything.
He
Up high. Got a slosher up there.
kill him in the center. One guy stuck behind us. We are not paying attention. They're doing a pretty good hit and run strat.
Yeah, they are.
Oh wow! Why right when I landed was there a bomb?
Because he got away. Got
Okay.
him. Yes.
Okay, we gotta
All right,
defend.
2 footballs. Let's
Okay, go for it. So yeah, don't worry about
me,
patience.
I got killed. Football's over there.
Okay, I killed 2 nincompoops. That's a word I reserve for squids who overcommit.
Well, we took the lead back.
No, we
I
didn't.
love drop roller.
Haha, you died, Boruto's dad. Just like Boruto's real dad. That's enough. It's not even small. I'm just making stuff up.
Yeah, I would hope so.
His real dad is Neji. It doesn't make
Shut
any
up.
sense. I traded. Nice! No, I didn't kill him. So apparently bombs don't have a very big hitbox. They really reduced that like many patches ago. There's a guy trying to sneak in. Oh,
Yes.
too bad.
Too late.
So the next question is, can a contest only have 1 participant? He's probably using Bergen's language there, but obviously if you just kind of use normal language and be like, contests have multiple participants all the time.
The runner. He's going. He runs into a splashdown. Watch out for the second one.
They're all here. They're gonna wreck us. They're gonna wreck us. We lost.
Fucking hell.
Wow. We lost. Whatever. They just like all did something. I wasn't really paying attention. And we should have just had a stealth agent just over there with 9 clans, got the 10th one, and thrown it in near the end. Okay, whatever. They had a cool shot and they won, so congrats, Boruto's dad. I hate you. Is Bleach gonna jump in? Oh, he's gone.
He's not even in the chat anymore.
Oh, okay. Okay. Happy travels,
So,
Bleach.
can a contest have only 1 participant?
Yeah, so that either makes it's not really a complicated question at all, or he's using language that I don't use, so he probably should have been more clear about that. I'm just gonna say no. Moving on. Can a game contain no strategy and no luck? Of course. But he's using Bergen's language again, and we don't use it here, so like, no. You can ask Bergen those questions.
Wait, does Bergen have a different definition of strategy?
Of game. His definition of game is essentially a strategy game. So then he's saying, can a game contain no strategy and no luck? And you're like, okay. So none of those questions are applicable. If you're saying, can a strategy game contain no strategy? That's probably a no. Sometimes you like to say strategy is all relative, right? So a lot of times we use this term like, oh, sufficiently complex, sufficiently difficult, blah, blah, blah. And like, you know, there's geniuses out there and people that aren't the opposite of geniuses, and there's average intelligence, and we'd like to base a lot of that language on, you know, average intelligence. So like if it's a baffling game of strategy to, you know, the average people or most people or whatever, then we'll just consider that to be a strategy game without too much fuss. But it is all relative. So tic-tac-toe is a strategy game if you only had like a few bits of information right in your head. Nice job. Booyah.
I'm deep in the base. Actually, I'm not. I don't remember where the thing is. Whatever, I'm with you.
Yeah, we're here.
Did the ink storm come out? No, it didn't. Oh yeah, it did. Okay. Almost thought I wasted.
Should have been paying attention, my friend. Jump in, jump in.
Jumping. Watch out.
I'm just in the base, chilling. Oh, they're so fast! Wow, they're fast. Jeez. Is this the same team? It has Dapple. They have brushers and ink rollers and like crazy. Okay.
Yeah, there's another one that just ran through in our base.
So let's do a strategy called starving them. I'm going to collect the claims and juggle 2 super claims in our base, and we'll see how all they're running like to do. Don't worry.
Basket.
Don't worry. Just, we'll starve them after this. They can't run and eat what they can't, you know, other metaphor. Come on, kill them! Come on! I'm trying to do my strat! My nose is bothering me. Don't touch that, you goober. Okay, thank you. Don't touch... He's going back for that.
Got him. Watch out, another brusher. Throw a bomb up there. Inkstorm, go away. Use Inkstorm as cover.
Somebody get the football from back in our base.
Alright, I died. I can get it.
Did I miss? I missed!
You missed? Shit.
Yeah.
Well, I might die. Yeah, I'm dead. Well, that's a football.
We got one guy in there doing the dirties.
Oh, he got it.
Doing the dirty deeds, but that wasn't enough to win. It was all my fault.
Brusher up ahead. Got him. Whoa, one sneaking in.
Behind us, or can we race him?
Yeah, in the base. I see him. He's also having his friends jump in with him. I see the strat they're doing.
Kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him. We got it.
He's still there, though.
We made an opening, we made an opening. I'll get the guy in our base. Yeah, we made an opening. Too bad for this dude. I can see him. I see you, dude. He's fast.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, hurry.
He's climbing up the wall. He's climbing up the wall. He's just running away because this is cool. This game's really fun. I'm just chasing a squid kid. He's down. Somebody pinch him.
Got him. Watch yourselves. 10 missiles.
I killed 2 people. So that's good enough for me. You push out and roll out like a transformer. Go, go, go. There's clams everywhere. So yeah, then I don't think we discussed anything past that point. So the rest of the stream is just going to be finishing up Splatoon. But
Left side, I see you.
people are still like, we don't have the language to talk about games. I'm like, I made the language to talk about games, so use it. I didn't even know this was an underpass. They're jumping.
Killed him. Killed one anyways. I see the other one on the right side. What the hell? I've never seen that one before. God.
They got Ninja Squid? Really? No joke. We could lose easily just like last time. They're coming down the center. Right side, 2 super clams. Right side, 2 super clams. Blah, 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 blah. Making up stuff.
Ah, I can't hit them. There we go. There's 1, 2. Got them both. 3rd one. Bitch, got him.
Okay. Let's just boogie out of that. And collect our fee, Mr. Innocent, to collect our fee. Here he comes.
Another one. One last one.
Throw a football at him. Whew, shoot.
Overtime.
They're gonna kill us if we're not careful.
Watch out, watch out. Oh my god. Alright, no, they can't. They need to get way more clams.
That guy just took a dive.
Idiot.
Let's hope
Did you just jump?
Yeah, I blew you out and followed him. Of course. He knew.
The game stopped before I could jump in with you.
They put up a good fight. And their super extreme movement on this stage is crazy. Alright guys, so tune in next time. I think I'll play some Bayonetta or something tomorrow. If you want to be a part of the conversation, the next thing I talked about was just people using rock, paper, scissors too much in their comparisons. But rock, paper, scissors is like the easiest game we can use as a reference for a triangle of interplay, and people mostly use it right, so I'm not going to get on their case. That's fine. Yeah, so tune in next time for more topics, and tomorrow I might play Bayonetta. Until next time, guys, peace.